Oh, oh, this is Lori. I'm there going, who's Roger? I can't, like, it's only for speakers here.
No, 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 no. It's me. It's me.
And I'm like, and I didn't let you in, and then it was persistent, and I thought I better tell him that this is only for speakers. And then Lori shows up. There you go.
Nope, I'm here.
Yay. Awesome. So we will hear from Kylie a little bit later on, right after Lori completes her chat. Now, just out of curiosity, Lori, where are you? Because I don't recognize your background, so I know you're not at home.
Nope,
Where
I am
you?
traveling and I am borrowing a studio.
So which country? Which part of the country, or which country are you in? I don't know.
I'm in Dallas.
Oh, Dallas, very nice. So Lori doesn't live in Dallas, but she does travel a lot. And so the beauty of Lori is that she's on every one of my summits. She opens up every single one. But what's even more fun is that I'm guessing. I never really know where she is. So it's always fun to try to figure out where she's at. So with that, I will let you I will let you speak. And let me see. There's the okay. I'm not really sure what's going on here. I have a new computer. I my computer got hacked, and so I'm not quite sure how to use this one. So bear with me. So Lori, take it away, Miss Lori A. McNeil.
Thank you so much. And yeah, I'm not in my studio, so no one is recognizing where I am right now, but I am Lori McNeil, and I am an international business strategist that specializes in media, branding, and marketing. And I am so honored, Marianne, that you have me on the show on International Women's Day. This is just such an honor to be able to open up this event, not only for you at any time, but on this very special annual day celebrating women and everything that women do in the world and everything that they stand for and all the amazing impact that they have. So I am truly honored. Thank you so much, Marianne, again. Happy to open up this event. And let's go ahead and just dive right in. Some of you know who I am, some of you don't. Yes, I do travel the globe. Marianne wasn't kidding. Whenever I come on here, she has no idea where I'm going to be when I come on. And that is one of the things that I love about what I do is that I travel the globe, getting to help entrepreneurs just like you get from wherever you are to where you want to be every single day. And I absolutely love it. I'm a retired business professor from Oregon State University, where I've designed MBA programs across the globe that are still being used today. I have this beautiful dance of education and business that I have been in for almost 30 years. So it is a very amazing life that I've had the honor of living, and I love being able to pour into entrepreneurs and help them accomplish their business education and life goals as well, and everything that I do. And as we dive into International Business Day today, and we talk about the goddesses that we all are in this world and the amazing magic that we create, I just want to start off by everything starts with mindset, right? So let's just kind of set the tone for the day for just a couple of minutes. And I want to talk to you guys about mindset because there's all these experiences that we have and that we've had throughout our lives that have got us to where we are. And I think that it's important to always evaluate who we are and what it is that we want to accomplish in the world and our own limiting beliefs that are allowing us to either get to or not get to where we want to go, and actually dive into what that actually looks like for each one of us. Because I think that it's really easy to get wrapped up in that, comparative analysis, well, what about this woman over here? And what about, this person over here in this industry? And all these things are flooding us every single day. And I think that it's really important to evaluate our true sense of self and what it is that we actually need to do. We, like individual, what do you need to do to get to where you want to go? And sometimes I'm just going to be honest, sometimes that's literally checking out to check back in. That's stepping back in order to step further, faster, stronger. And there is absolutely nothing wrong with that. I think that sometimes in our society, we get kind of wrapped up in the grind. We hear that a lot in entrepreneurship, like hustle, 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 grind, grind, grind. And yes, I do believe that you have to stay consistently persistent in what you do, but that it's okay to actually take a step back and make sure that you are good, that you are whole, that you are healthy, that you are evaluating everything that you need to for you, and not really care too much about what anybody else thinks because they're not living your life. This is about you. So sometimes you really do have to take that step back or take that time out. And this, for some people, it may be, the weekend or a week or something that they wouldn't normally do. Because again, that's about you. Whatever your norm is, what do you need to do something different? I've heard of entrepreneurs taking, 6 months off, so to speak, or, 2 years off, whatever that looks like for you in order to get back on track. And I think that that is really important because we actually, when we do that deeper dive, there's so many aha moments that come out of that. There's so much reprioritizing that comes out of that. There's so many amazing nuggets that come out of taking a step back and getting rid of the noise, so to speak, of everything that comes at us every day, all the time. So I think that that is a really important permission, if you will, to give yourself and to know that that is absolutely okay. And to really identify what those limiting beliefs are and what those challenges are and what those mindset shifts are that need to happen, because it really truly is different for everyone. And I see so many women all over the world that are like, oh man, but I'm not accomplishing as much as she is, or I don't feel like I'm doing as much as this person over here, or everybody's saying, hurry, 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 but I'm just me. Like, I'm still showing up at the best of my capacity. Here's the thing. Everybody's different. Obviously, your capacity is going to be different than somebody else. Your skill set's going to be different than somebody else. The way that you pour into the heart, souls, and minds of the people that you're meant to reach is different. The process is going to be different. The speed is going to be different. Everything is going to be different. And that's okay, because you are uniquely qualified to do exactly what it is that you do. Nobody else in this world is. They're not going to do it with the same speed. They're not going to do it in the same way. They're not going to do it in any way, shape, or form the same way that you are. So when you understand a greater sense of self and who you are, then that comparative analysis actually goes away or diminishes considerably, because you're standing strong in who you are and who you were meant to serve and what it is that you actually do. So I want to encourage you guys at the very beginning of this new year, and we're not quite at the end of Q1. I want you guys to really think of what you need to do in order to rock out the rest of this year that's going to catapult you in a completely different direction than you ever thought possible, because you actually did take that evaluative time. That evaluative time that is so absolutely necessary to continue building that foundation for your life and for your business, because those two things are not exclusive. Like, those two things actually go together, right? It's not, this is my life and this is my business, because who you are on stage, on camera, should not be different than who you are in any other aspect of your life. It shouldn't be different with your significant other, with your kids. The old adage of, you come home from work and you're so mad and you kick the dog and you yell at your spouse and you yell at your kids and you have all these things. Like, you should be in more control of your emotions than that, and you should not be a different person. And so I want you guys to think about what that actually looks like for you and how you evaluate that and how you set the tone to move forward in a completely different way that is actually stronger, that gets you one step closer to stepping into that greater version of yourself. And so you've got to have that faith over fear. You've got to have that permission to actually understand that process and the value of that process and what that actually means for you and accomplishing your goals and getting you to where you want to go. And this is it may sound so simple, but it's actually a piece that a lot of people miss, because they don't understand what that actually looks like. And they don't understand that when you think about the stories of the tortoise and the hare, we all know who wins that race, right? So sometimes it's actually going steady, it's going strong, it's saying that consistent persistence, and it's not taking your eyes off the ball, off the goal. It's continuing to move forward in your purpose, one slow step at a time, if that's what it is that is comfortable for you, if that's what it is that you need to do. The consistent, persistent action will win out over chaotic, throwing spaghetti at the wall, I like to call it, or you're just doing all these random things. So that will win out. The consistent persistence will absolutely win in the end. I have a lot of people ask me, they're like, man, Lori, how do you do all these things? I stay consistent in what I do. And it's not about not giving up. It's about staying consistent, even if you step back. How are you staying consistent in integrity and true to yourself in that process without completely feeling like you're giving up everything? And there's understanding how to do that when you need to go through that process. But the mindset is important. The staying in integrity with yourself and with your purpose and what's in your heart, soul, and mind to actually do in this world is absolutely important. It's okay to completely shift. It's okay to completely do a 180. What does that look like for you? And are you moving forward with complete intentional action and not necessarily doing the same thing, expecting that different result? We've all heard that, but I'm here to tell you that the reason I'm mentioning some of these things that may seem simple is because there's too many women out there not standing in their power and not doing it. So I want you to really take in what it is that I'm sharing with you today, because I'm sharing specific concepts for a reason. So as you move forward, I want you to really do a deeper dive into what are you spending your time on? What are you not doing that you should be doing? And what is it going to take to get there? Because, ladies, I'm here to tell you that there's a lot of amazing things being done, but it's not necessarily what you should be doing that's going to move that needle to get you from wherever you are to where you want to be. There's great projects out there. There's great collabs out there. There's great opportunities out there. It doesn't have to be anything personal or anything that you have against that project or that whatever it is. But when you do that deeper dive and understand who you are, who you serve, and the problem that you solve, it's a lot easier to say no to the things that are not meant for you. And when you say no to those things, you're allowing the right opportunity, the space for the right opportunities to surface that will serve you so much better. And so some of you out there have a hard time saying no, which is why you're overwhelmed, burned out, have too much going on. And when you stay focused in your purpose and when you are in alignment with the right things and you understand that you don't have to be doing all of these crazy things, throwing spaghetti at the wall, hoping that something will stick, you're actually allowing your energy, your resources, the space, God and the universe to actually bring you the right things. You don't have to say yes to everything. And again, that may sound simple, but I know there's a lot of women out there that are trying so hard. And the reason that you're burned out is because you're doing too much of the wrong things that don't light you up. There's a lot of things that we have to do as business owners, as entrepreneurs, especially in the beginning when we're juggling all the things. But you have to pay attention to what lights you up and what you need to do to actually, whether that's, sometimes that's trades, sometimes that's hiring a VA, sometimes that's hiring a part-time, full-time person. Whatever it is, don't stay stuck doing the things that don't light you up or that you don't actually need to be doing, because that will burn you out faster than anything. So I want you guys to pay attention to how you're maintaining that balance in life and in business, and don't stay stuck doing the things that other people can do. When you are in your full alignment and in your purpose and you are focused doing only the things that you can do, then you begin to look at your whole business and life structure differently with how can you solve problems that get you from where you are to where you want to be faster and stronger by not maintaining that control or not having that fear over certain things, thinking that you have to be the one to do it, or you don't have enough resources, you don't have enough time, you don't have enough money. The reality is that you actually then are becoming your own bottleneck in that process. And so you need to have those real conversations with yourself and realize that you control your own vehicle in every way, shape, or form. You control your own vehicle, whether you need to do some internal work, external work. One absolutely affects the other. What is it that you need to do, that you need to stop doing right now, or that you could be doing differently, that's actually going to make that huge difference for you in how you move forward? Because once you get these foundational things underway, I'm telling you, everything that you want to do externally in the world becomes so much easier. You want more podcasts, you want more television, you want to be featured in more magazines, you want more stages. Whatever it is, however you show up in the world, you will show up bigger, brighter, and stronger once you do some of these things that I'm talking about. Your messaging will become clearer. You will become more passionate and confident in what you're speaking. You will start to shift and change because you are hitting different levels of who you are. And you cannot hit the next level in your life and business unless you have actually understood that next level of who you need to become to get there. So I want you guys to really listen to what I'm saying and really take it seriously, because some of you have been in the same place for way too long and you're trying to figure out how to get to your breakthrough. And there's things that you absolutely can control that need to happen in order to get to where you want to go. And quite honestly, who you were created to be. So I want you guys to really think about what that looks like. Some of you need to focus on your messaging and your branding and your marketing and all of that. And when you understand that greater sense of self, you begin to shift your mindset in who you are, who you serve, the problem that you solve, and your messaging becomes so much stronger in doing that. And you will then begin to shift in not being a different person on and off camera, on and off stage, at the office, so to speak, than you are at home, all of those different things, because who you are internally then has shifted. So I want you guys to think about what your goals are for the rest of this year. Is it more stages? Is it more print media? Is it whatever it is, more collaborations, more sales, whatever it is? What do you need to do to get to where you actually want to go, where you want to be in the next 8 months, let's just say, roughly by the end of the year? So there are things that you need to do right now. Some of you need, whether that's doing a deeper dive into, listening to more podcasts, going to more events, more trainings, taking more meditation, more prayer, more time out, going for nature walks, journaling. There's 1,000 things. You need to find out what works for you. And I want to encourage you that whatever that is, if it's not working, try something else. If it's not resonating with you, like, I don't know, I've never tried journaling, try it. Be consistent with it for 30 days. If it's not resonating with you, then try something else and find the thing that works for you. But you've got to maintain that balance that allows you to have that calm mind, that centered mind, so that you can allow the goodness to surface. I can tell you that some of my best ideas come out of times when I'm not trying to force them, when I'm just going for a walk with my son, or when I'm, in the shower. I've heard that from a lot of people as well. Or when I'm doing something completely different and all of a sudden it's like, oh, I got it. I got this idea. So when you have things built into your life that allow the space and allow things to surface, that is a beautiful place to be. You need to maintain that balance. Yes, you want to work hard. Yes, you want to hustle. Yes, you want to have consistent persistence, but you need to find out the balance that works for you, because that is a huge piece of it. Your body and your brain and your soul and your mind will get completely burned out and stressed in more ways than you probably even realize, because most of us aren't completely in tune with our bodies. And that's a huge part of what's keeping us from moving forward in ways that we don't even know, because we've been operating in, this rat on a wheel for so long. So there's all these different things that you absolutely have control over that you can move forward with as you move forward. When that becomes more clear, then some of you have heard me speak before about 3 to 5 main messaging points. And as you practice that, you settle on the main 3. Your messaging points in the world become crystal clear when you've done some of this deeper internal work, because everything externally becomes easier. Your internal tools in your toolbox that make up who you are unique to you. Your internal tools help you solve external problems in only a way that you can. So if you picture a toolbox, you might have a hammer, you might have a wrench, you might have a screwdriver, whatever that is. Somebody else might have those same tools in their toolbox, but I'm here to tell you they're not going to use them in the same way. They're not going to use them in the same way. They're just not. They have different pressure amounts. They might hold them differently. I want you to think about that and visualize that in a tangible way. Faster, slower, all kinds of different ways. It doesn't matter. The tool isn't going to be used in the same way. So you can be in the same industry as somebody else And what you need to realize is that who you are and who you show up in the world and how you show up in the world is automatically going to be different. It's not going to be the same. So if you're at an event and you're selling from stage, you have a booth, whatever that might look like, don't get wrapped up in the competition of, oh my gosh, they signed up more people than I did. Because the truth is that the people you're meant to reach are the people that are going to be in alignment with you and gravitate to you. And it is so much better to work with 2 or 3 of the right people than have a bunch of random people and random calls and people that you don't want to work with. Trust me, I've seen it a lot. So it's about changing your mindset around how you navigate the space that you're in and how you utilize the resources that you have every 24 hours in order to become that better version of yourself so that you can serve the people that you're meant to serve in the best way that you possibly can. You can be on a stage with 25 people in the room, and the people that are meant to hear your message will hear your message so much stronger than if there were 500 people in the room. So don't get wrapped up in numbers. I have people tell me all the time, they're like, oh, Lori, do you have qualifications, for you don't speak on stages that only have certain, number in your email list or, all these crazy things. No, it's about the alignment. It's about the alignment. It's about so many other things. I don't turn down stages just because they don't have, 500,000 people on their email list. It's crazy how many times I get asked that question. It's about the alignment. It's about my purpose. It's about so many other things other than the numbers. So it's important to pay attention to the numbers in your business, obviously, but don't get wrapped up in all of these metrics that entrepreneurship and online community are telling you are the most important aspects to focus on in business, because they're not. They're absolutely not. So I want you guys to really think about what that looks like when you're moving forward and how you're shifting your mindset to your audience size and to maybe how many clients you have over somebody else and how big your email list size is and how big your following is and all those different things, because you want to always be building those things as strong as you can all the time, but they're not necessarily indicators of success. So, and I'm mentioning that because these are things that people get wrapped up in their mind. They get focused in the wrong direction. And so then that causes their actions and their decisions to flow from that are not in the direction that they should be focusing on. So I love doing what I do every single day. I love helping entrepreneurs get from wherever they are to where they want to be. And I want to encourage you guys to add the right tools to your toolbox. Add the right tools to your toolbox that are going to help you solve the problems that you were meant to solve, and to have that faith over fear and to step into that courageously and unapologetically. If you think about of having a flashlight in your hand, it is not possible when you are in the pitch dark woods, to actually see everything in front of you, right? The flashlight is designed to illuminate only maybe 1 or 2 steps at a time. And when you take that next step, then the flashlight illuminates the next 1 or 2 steps in front of you. That is what it is designed to do. You are not meant to have all of the answers coming to you at one time. The greater version that you are, the more that you step into that greater version of yourself, the more that everything begins to change around you, with people that surface, with resources, with opportunities, with aha moments that you have. You don't even know what you don't know until you have that faith over fear and you start down that path. And then you say, oh, I'm supposed to take a step this way. I'm supposed to take a step this way. It is a journey. It is a learning journey. It's not about getting to the end, because if you're focused on becoming that better version of yourself all the time, your goals will change. Your goals will become bigger and better all the time. And the goal and the end that you thought that you once wanted is not going to be the end all and be all like you think that it is sometimes at certain point, certain mindset that you have at that moment. Let me give you an example. Before I retired, I actually was offered the dean's position at my university 3 different times. The third time I was offered the position, I had to take a step back and realize, why does this no longer excite me? Why does this no longer serve me? The goal that I once had that would have been the pinnacle for many people in the field of education no longer excited me. Why is that? It's because I stepped into a greater version of myself, and I realized that the people that I was meant to serve, the mission that I was meant to pursue was greater than that I once wanted. So that's when I retired and actually went global to do a lot of the things that I do now outside of the confines of the classroom. Could I have continued down that path and had a great career and had amazing opportunities? Absolutely. But it no longer was what I desired. It's no longer what I wanted, because I was able to grow into the greater version of myself and expand my mindset in ways I didn't even understand, didn't even realize. So your goals should scare you. Your goals should be bigger all the time, the more that you reach that next level. So I want you to think about the flashlight in your life. I want you to think about that flashlight in your hand and understand that you have to take that next step. It's not possible for you to understand all the options. It's not possible for you to understand all of the information and the resources and the stages and the opportunities. It's not even possible. Wherever you are, I want you to think about where you were a year ago. Did you think that you would be at this point today, right now, on International Women's Day? Probably not. For some of you, maybe you've accomplished some of those goals and you're still pursuing some of those other goals. What is it going to take for you to get to whatever that next level is, to whatever that next goal is? Understand that you are in control of the flashlight in your hand. You're in control of the direction that it shines. But it's not possible to see all the steps in front of you. You have to take that next step in order for it to illuminate and show you the continued path that you were meant to go down. So, ladies and gentlemen, on this very special International Women's Day, I'm here to encourage you. I'm here to inspire you. I'm here to push you, to tell you that it absolutely is possible, and you are in control of so much more than you might realize that's going to be what you need in order to get to where you want to go. So start right now, today, making notes of some goals and being honest with yourself on how are you actually limiting yourself? How are you actually your own bottleneck? And what is it actually going to take to get to where you want to go? What does that look like? And then go after it fervently. Go after that with consistent persistence. Stay completely focused on your path, your journey, your mission, your goal, and serve the people that you were meant to serve, that you were created to serve, and block out all the noise. And remember that it's okay to give yourself permission to take a step back, to check out in order to check back in. And with that, Marianne, I'm going to turn it back over to you. Thank you so much for having me open this amazing event on International Women's Day. It's my honor to be here with you.
And thank you so much, Lori, for taking time out of your insane schedule. Like, I thought I was busy, people. I don't really actually think I know one human being on earth that is busier than Lori McNeil. Like, that is just no. And thank you for always gracing us by opening up all of my Empowered Talk summits, no matter where you're at crazy times of the day. I don't even know what time zone is Dallas. It's maybe not as bad as where you live, which is
Central. Like, I'm in Central today.
6 a.m. she usually comes in at, and I thought, oh gosh, she's going to have to be here at 5:30 in the morning. But thank goodness it's a little bit later today. For where
you never know, because I've literally come to these from all countries across the globe.
It's true. And all kinds of different hotels and, oh my gosh, all kinds of wonderful internet issues that we all have. So thank you again, Lori, so much as always. I mean, she brings so much great information. I always have the most amount of activity right around when we open, and then there's Lori, and everybody already knows because this has been going on for nearly a year and a half now. And then, we have the most amount of activity on the live on my Facebook. So thank you again, Lori, so much. I'm sure you have 20 other places you're speaking at today. Today is such a busy time. Even I'm making my summit shorter so I can get to my speaking engagements. Anyways, thank
Yes.
you so much and have a beautiful day. And I don't know where you're going after, but have fun.
Thank you so much, Marianne. It's always a pleasure. Enjoy the rest of this celebrating women on this amazing day and enjoy the rest of the event. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. Thank you. And let's please continue to celebrate women because that's why we're here today. How beautiful. So now I'm going to bring everyone back. Thank you, Lori. Have a great day.